All right, well, we're back at doing the house wrap. I decided not to get the machine, one, because of availability. Everybody and their brother's trying to get last minute projects done, so it's kind of tough to get a hold of the lift. And second is the cost. Right now I don't see the point. So we're gonna try and get all the upper stuff done with the use of the truck and ladders. A little sketchy, but we'll make that happen. Anyway, we'll get at it and get started with getting all the house wrap on. I don't know how far I'm fucking down. Come on, you motherfucker. While working on my project, I have a lot of time to think of things, and one thing that has come to mind is ingenuity. What is at the core of ingenuity? Most definitions of ingenuity describe a condition of being clever, original, or innovative. In modern culture, ingenuity describes the creation of a solution to a dilemma or problem. It is tied closely to uncovering truth and demonstrating novel or unusual approaches to achieving a solution. Some of the greatest inventions in modern era, the microscope, the microprocessor, the internal combustion engine, and even Bloody Marys, took years of development and contained complex systems and parts. Well, we're back at it with the house wrap. I've got the upper part here. I still have the very peak to do. It is a little wonky, as you've seen, because trying to do it from the ladder versus a lift is a little tricky, because you got to move the ladder, move the fabric, and it gets a little bit sketchy up there. Anyway, I got this part done except for the major peak, and I'll get that going, and we'll just continue on with the house wrap and see if we can get this thing dried in. And while these are undeniably great achievements, there are some equally brilliant inventions that are so simple you wonder why you didn't think of them, like Velcro. George de Mestral was hunting with his dog in the hills in his native Switzerland when he noticed how many burrs had attached themselves to his pet. Their removal provided frustrating enough for Mestel's curiosity. He put one of them under a microscope and discovered their secret: tiny hooks covering the burr. The idea for Velcro was born. And so it goes with building. Working solo and overcoming obstacles requires a lot of ingenuity to accomplish. Sometimes disaster can inspire ingenuity as well. From building jigs to aid in a process or finding a solution to putting on house wrap, all require some level of critical thinking and ingenuity. So my plan is to try and get these gable ends done with the house wrap. It's a big item on my to-do list for dry in, and I have to get it done. We've got some weather coming in this week, so I've got a little bit of time to work today and maybe tomorrow. Then we got a couple days of rain, and then we'll get back to doing it. but it's certainly something I can't avoid anyway. I've got to try and do it from the ladders, which is not ideal, and I certainly don't like it. Makes things a little bit wonky, but we'll get at it and see if we can get this done. Well, we'll see. I figure if I can nail it at each corner, that'll at least hold the fabric from flopping around as I'm trying to pull it up. But we'll see if this works or not.
If I wrote you a song, if I got every word perfectly weighted on a thin piece of paper, would it make any difference? Would it change for the better? If I wrote you a poem, if I posted a letter? Is it maybe because I never knew quite where I was, then suddenly you told me, baby, you're lost, but I am too. Whatever the cost, we'll make it through. Tell me you're the one for me now, 'cause what am I supposed to do? If you are not the one for me, then tell me now what I could do. If I told you that I don't know where I'm going, don't know what to say, but I go without knowing. If I told you that I don't know what to believe in, don't know how to pray, but I pray anyway. Tell me you're the one for me now, 'cause what am I supposed to do? If you are not the one for me, then tell me now what I could do. Tell me you're the one for me now. I pray that you believe it too, that you're the only one.
Well, I managed to get one gable end done, and I wish I certainly would have done this on the ground when we had the gable ends on the ground and sheeted. Unfortunately, I didn't have the house wrap, so that was a no-go and didn't happen. So now we're having to do this the hard way, and it is definitely the hard way. But we're making progress and getting it done a little bit at a time. As you can tell, the wind has certainly picked up, so we're going to try and do this gable end in the wind and see what happens. It's going to be a little bit trickier, but we'll get her done. That's what we do here. We just make things happen despite what weather throws at us. Anyway, we'll get at it and see if we can get this gable end done. Speaking of ingenuity, if it's not hard enough to work from the ladders and trying to figure things out, I had to contend with the wind. The good part is I used it in my favor as it pushed up the sheets. It allowed me to nail and staple everything in place, using it as a leverage point to keep the sheets up off of me as I was working. Just one more point in my discussion on innovation. But we continue on as we're getting closer and closer to getting this thing covered up and ready for dry in and windows. Well, the janky part was the ladders over. Got that done, and now I just have that upper peak. I'm gonna have to do some sketchier stuff by using the back of the truck up and then putting the ladder up on the back of the truck to get these high points. Like I said, it's sketchy, but we'll attempt it and see if we can get that done as well. There's a reason why women tend to live longer than men, and I think it's doing sketchy, stupid stuff like this, but we're getting there. We'll get it done, and I only have one more side to do this on, and then we're done with the house wrap. So pretty good. It's like I said, it's a little wonky, freaks me out a little bit, but oh well, the truck is pretty stable, so we're getting there.